Tonight on Blitzed, we're talking about the Gruden 2.0 experiment in Oakland, how the Rams can stay perfect, and why quarterbacks need a Cy Young award of their own. Plus, we give you a whole new reason to hate Tom Brady, so crack a cold one. It's time to get blitzed. Welcome to Blitzed, where we talk NFL and rate popular drinks at the same time. It's been another wild week in the NFL. What should have been a massacre in Miami wasn't. The Bengals found out who they owned by. And folks in the UK were exposed to the Gruden 2.0 experiment.
Oh my God.
But before we get to all that and more, let's introduce our hosts.
Introducing tonight's starting lineups. The coach.
Seriously, I did not know about this. This is so awesome.
The rookie.
Get out there and smash.
And stats.
I'm just the stats guy. I have no idea.
That's kind of my thing. That's kind of my thing.
Things are as unpredictable as ever in the NFL. But in a sea of uncertainty, let's give credit to the only sure thing this year. The LA Rams, who are the last undefeated team in the NFL. So tonight, we're talking to Norm Hightower and Derek Ciapala, hosts of the Talk Rams podcast, who will tell us if this ride can continue. And we'd also be remiss if we didn't pay our respect to Paul Allen, former co-founder of Microsoft and owner of the Seahawks, who passed away today at 65. In honor of Allen and the Seahawks' big win in London over the Raiders tonight, we're drinking the Black and Tan, an old English beverage where Guinness beer is layered on top of a pale ale. Guys, give me some thoughts about Paul Allen.
Paul Allen, that's my owner. That's my Seahawks owner. I mean, the Trailblazers, but a ton of philanthropy. I mean, the guy was, you know, he obviously made billions of dollars with Microsoft, and he was always sort of the soft hand, it seemed, at Microsoft, that kind of smart guy in the background. And he just seemed like a really decent guy. But from a sort of a sports angle, I love the fact that he just loved the Northwest. He loved Seattle. He bought this team and just hired great people and just let them run it. And I've said that before, and I'll say it again. That is the type of ownership we want. The full support financially and emotionally to these groups, but just stay out of the way and let these guys do a great job. And ever since he's been there, it's been a successful franchise. So for whatever reason with this guy, he just knows how to do things, and whatever he's touched in his life seems to have gone really well. So it is a shame that he's gone way too early.
Yeah, I don't know much about Paul Allen. Every time I read about him, though, throughout the day, it's been about philanthropy and the fact that I think he was first diagnosed in 2009 and fought this thing until this year. So obviously a bit of a warrior as well. I think that's passed down through his teams.
Yep.
And rest in peace, Mr. Allen.
Yeah,
What a guy.
Well said, guys. What do you guys think of the Black and Tan?
I really like it. I'm a Guinness fan. I like Guinness.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about this one when you were pouring it, although it looks cool.
It looks really cool.
I thought you peed in mine.
I botched mine. Mine just turned out to be a little bit of a light Guinness.
Yours just turned out to be a black.
It was just a black. It was brown, actually.
That's what happens when you're 12 and you pour a beer for yourself.
I was just excited to drink it. So I just...
Well, mine looked cool.
Yeah.
Apparently it was pouring well.
Yeah.
So that worked for me. Porn? Did I say porn well?
It was pouring well.
You said porn on live.
I might have done that on purpose.
Hey, rookie, now we know why Coach was late.
Yeah.
So back to the porn. It was great. It was great. I mean, I do enjoy Guinness, but I don't like it all the time. It's not exactly a refreshing beverage. It's something that you kind of just sort of like, you know, kind of nurse for a while. But this kind of cut it a bit. I enjoyed it. Really, really, really good.
First down.
This Sunday, Britt's got an opportunity to see the Gruden 2.0 experiment in person, which isn't really going as planned.
No.
Since Mark Davis signed him to his $100 million contract, he's created his own inner circle of personnel that largely excludes the current GM from personnel decision-making and traded the defensive MVP of the year so far, Khalil Mack, all while compiling a 1-5 record that's near the bottom of the league in offense. And 6 weeks in, they got destroyed in London by, let's be honest, a mediocre
team.
a great Seahawks team. So, guys, what movie would you say best describes the Gruden 2.0 experiment?
Yeah,
Really good question.
I got this.
Coach?
You're
gonna go first?
I'm gonna pull a rook and say, I got 2 things here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I got 3.
Nice. So the first one was my first impression, but the second one it might be too clever. You ready for this?
For what, our listener base? Or
For me. The first one's Dumb and Dumber.
Oh.
Okay.
And I mean, notwithstanding the title Dumb, but it's a lifeless crew.
Gets worse, Lloyd. My parakeet, Petey, he's dead. Oh, man, I'm sorry, Harry. What happened? His head fell off.
Do you know what I mean? Like those guys were just, you see the first few scenes, they're just like hanging on, doing nothing. Like it just feels like a lifeless crew there.
Okay.
Like, I mean, and you can go on the dumb trades and all those other things, but it just doesn't feel like they believe that they have the full backing and that this is the year. They're just they're coasting through the year. But what I really wanted to say is, I think this is what's that movie? Pay It Forward. What's
the Haley Joel Osment movie?
But follow me here.
Yeah.
So
I'm following.
Look how they've helped the Bears. And look how they've helped every other team they play against.
Nice.
It's almost like we're going to be nice to everyone this year.
Yeah.
In the next couple of years, we'll get it paid for to ourselves. So they're literally, and this is sort of the Las Vegas thing, I think they're literally playing or working towards being great in Vegas, and they're just like shit in the bed for the next couple of years getting draft picks.
What's paying it forward?
That's me. That's me. And that's 3 people. And I'm going to help them.
Wow.
I really do. I mean, it just feels like Gruden's got 10 years. He's just stockpiling it. He's going to get the guys he wants. He's going to build his team with picks. And once they get to Vegas, they're going to roll. But these next couple of years are going to be rough.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
How are they going to roll? They've got one of the oldest rosters in the NFL.
They're gonna keep doing moves and they're gonna get some picks, right? They're gonna work it. They have to, because they have to rejuvenate that before they get to Vegas. Because you don't want to start with like this old kind of expansion style team in a new place. You want to start fresh with rookies, something to get excited about. I mean, it just feels like they're prepping for a Vegas launch as opposed to trying to like have a last hurrah in Oakland.
But wouldn't you want, for a big kind of flashy Vegas launch, wouldn't you want your like number 1 guy on your team? Like, don't you want some good players?
No,
I'm
thinking startup launch.
Oh.
Not like, we're their launch.
Because they're even, I've heard they're trying to get rid of Cooper as well.
Oh, sure.
And like,
I bet you Carr's gone in 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, really,
yeah.
I think they're going to start with fresh faces.
Start clamoring for
it's
it.
almost like they want to just reset by the time they get to Vegas and just go from there.
Before you go any further,
I'd
like to go in mine.
I know it.
No. Mine isn't that good.
I've nailed it.
Mine isn't that good. Okay, so this is the way I kind of view it.
He looks serious. Like, he looks sober.
He does. He's like, yeah.
Like, it's weird.
They've got this guy.
Do you have a bus to catch?
Yeah, I gotta go.
My movie is Speed.
Yeah, I got a bus to catch. They got this guy, Gruden.
Yeah.
Right?
This guy.
And his job is to go in and coach this team and achieve great things, He's really excited. He had a great personality for a few years off the football field.
Off the football field, yeah.
And everyone, I don't know, he did a lot of work, and he did a lot of kind of on-air stuff that got him like a fan base.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I mean, not that he needed it already, but anyway, so in he comes, and up comes the draft, and draft doesn't go very well, right? You start hearing things out of training camp, and things aren't going so smooth. The whole Mack thing happens, and he's saying like, I wasn't involved, or like I didn't even blah blah blah. Now you're reading about like Amari Cooper, and he's like, no, this guy isn't on the block, like not that I know of. But then you read that they're asking for like a 1st round pick.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this thing keeps getting like, I think he's an inside man. I think he's an inside guy. So I'm not going
for like Denver, or
I'm not going the yeah.
He's just killing one of their rivals.
No, but like, so I'm gonna go with this is different. Okay, in honor of Mr. Allen, who was
he's tying it all together here.
Started it up with a computer system, a computer program. I'm going Terminator.
Whoa.
I'm a friend of Sarah Connor. I was told that she's here. Could I see her, please?
No, can't see her. She's making a statement.
Where is she?
Look, it may take a while. You want to wait? There's a bench over there.
I'll be back.
That's a great
Skynet.
Skynet.
That's what this is?
He's
Skynet?
He is
Subversion.
Yes, he has gained the trust
Yeah.
of the people and is slowly but surely eradicating what they have built. Wow. Because remember like 3-4 years ago?
He hates the Davis family that much. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I'm not sure if the Davis family's in on it. I don't know. Never watched the other Terminators. But no, that's the vibe that I'm getting from this. He is destroying what they have built, and maybe this is kind of a necessary evil because
I think so.
The team was almost like for a year or two there, they were like up and coming, they were doing really well, and now it just seems like they've bled their chips and they're just I don't know, they're ancient, they're very old. Carr is looking leaky. Like he's just so I think he's gone in there and he's the inside man. He's kind of deconstructing the whole thing. Yeah. And maybe it's for a complete rebuild. But
I think so.
He's the inside guy and I don't know. It's a really weird situation.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Second down.
The odds are out on who will win the MVP this year in the NFL. And surprise, the top 4 candidates are quarterbacks.
Weird.
Shocker.
In fact, in the last 60 years, 41 winners have been quarterbacks. Wow. 16 have been running backs.
Wow.
And just 2 have played defense. My question is, would you be in favor of leaving quarterbacks out of the MVP discussion? We could create a whole new award for them.
Like baseball.
That way, we could give the MVP to a real deserving candidate like Khalil Mack or Michael Thomas or Aaron Donald. Your thoughts?
Love it. I really do, because it's rule-based wise, as this game has evolved, the quarterbacks are literally like they're playing a different game. Like they're almost in a different sport. Like that's the red shirt guy, or that you just can't touch in practice, right? It's just like no. And they're given they are literally almost in a different playing field in a lot of ways, right? And so they do their thing. Okay, fine. If that's how you want the thing to go for revenues or for viewers, whatever you want. But I mean, all these other guys are given it, and some guys like Julio Jones in some years is just ridiculously good. Like you said, there's players that are just like unbelievable, and they'll never get looked at.
Right.
For
Exactly.
MVP. Is that truly the most valuable player? No, like it almost defaults because the quarterback he touches the ball, like he reads the plays, he reads the defense, he knows what everybody's doing, he hands the ball off, or he manages what play, he does audibles. Like there's so much that he has to do. It's kind of an automatic. That is your most valuable player. Period.
Yes,
it's just
exactly.
that's just how it starts.
Yep.
So yeah, do the Cy Young type thing in baseball, right? Like, okay, best quarterback of the league, most valuable other player of the league.
Exactly.
I like it. I really think that's valuable, because if you're like like J.J. Watt in his prime when he was just killing, I'm like, how's that guy not the most valuable player in a team?
Is he not in his prime right now? He's leading the league in sacks.
Yeah, but for how many more games?
Come on. What? Knock on wood. Knock on wood. No one wants to see that guy down.
And I love J.J. Watt, but if he finishes another 16-game season with a full 16 games, I'll be shocked. Yeah, I'll be shocked. But no, I think that idea is fantastic, because there's 2 echelons of players, and the quarterback is just a special category. I love it. That's a great idea.
Rookie, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see it. Sometimes, like, and trust me, like maybe not 41 times out of 60, because I think they are, it's a favorable matchup for them, the MVP award. Yeah. But sometimes they do, like the guy is a clear-cut leader. Like you look at guys like Peyton when he was playing, he was like calling the shots, he was commanding everything. Like I really like when Breeze got the record last week, you kind of heard they played the sound bites. That guy's something else, man. He like walks over to he like turns around, gives his guy a hug, says like, "I love you, man." Walks over to his kid, says like, if you commit to anything and work hard for it, you can do anything you want. Like that guy, to me is just like the MVP. But if you're going to separate it out, then there's some pretty cool guys you could like single out and give the Darnold is one, but those defensive captains I don't know, the guys who are like calling the plays out and are hitting it like 100% of the time and leading their team in the backfield. Like I imagine like Kuechly is always right up there. Like a guy like Sean Lee, if he's like not hurt.
Yeah.
You had one, I think. I don't know what's
I mean, I think Tyreek Hill's pretty good.
Oh no, I'm talking about defensive.
Like Bobby Wagner, you know, he's been a stud for years and years.
But it'd be cool, but I don't know. I don't know if you can separate them out and just do a QB against QB award.
But it would literally have to be most valuable player, not quarterback.
Yeah, so that would suck.
It'd be an awkward acronym.
That would suck. It'd be like, so here's best quarterback, and then here's most valuable player
best other player.
Isn't a quarterback.
It's the BOP. Best other player.
No, that's it. No, I mean, fine. You guys talk like this is an impossible thing to take on.
I disagree.
I mean, they call it the Cy Young, and we just accept the fact that the best pitcher gets it. Like, why couldn't we call this thing the Johnny Unitas Award?
Been done,
and they get the trophy for the best quarterback.
It's been done 19 times over the past 60 years, so it happens.
I bet you the 19 was like years 1 through 19 in the 60 years, and the last 41 have been.
So I do agree with one thing you said. The quarterbacks, like, I would like that because when you separate them from the MVP, like, nowadays they're so protected. Like, the game's all about them, and I understand it, but I don't really appreciate that aspect of it. Like, some of those, like, you see a lot on like Twitter, like, you know, replays after games, like highlights after games, like guys kind of like pushing like a butterfly wing landing on a quarterback, and it was a penalty. Like, I do like it for that reason, but.
So here's my problem with always giving it to a quarterback is that I don't think that the average fan knows how to watch football. And
they just watch the quarterback.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
And it's because it has to do with the view that you're getting as well. And I was talking with my wife about this the other night, is that all she does is the snap goes to the quarterback and she watches what the quarterback does. She doesn't watch any of the other matchups that are happening, and she watches the result of what the quarterback does. And therefore, we lionize these quarterbacks for playing great. And because what coach is saying is that, hey, they're on a different level. They got to know everything. They touch the ball every fucking play. Like, of course, we should think of them. And they're the name brands that sell the league. But if we want to actually educate fans on what the intricacies of this game actually are, I think it's in the NFL's best interest to give the award to someone that's not a quarterback.
Imagine a center.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Right?
Like, why is it that we never talk about Joe Thomas is like this amazing offensive lineman that played 10,000 plus snaps in a row, and the guy was fucking amazing.
Allowed 2 sacks or something in his career.
What about this guy Fredericks? Remember we talked about him last year from Dallas?
Yeah.
The guy hasn't given up a sack or a pressure since like Nixon was in office. The guy's fucking incredible, right? But we never talk about the guy because he's just a nameless, faceless guy.
He's just a fat guy in front of the quarterback.
That's exactly right. And so, you know what? It doesn't mean that the quarterbacks are necessarily the best guys on the team.
Right. No.
It's just that they control more, and that's why we talk about them. So if we want to talk about evolution of the sport, my belief is that, few guys actually watch Kuechly on the field when he's on defense.
He's amazing.
If you zone in on that guy, that guy is on a totally different level than anybody else. And you wouldn't do that unless you heard someone like Peter King on Monday say like, Luke Kuechly, he's like the greatest thing ever. Now, everyone's watching Khalil Mack right now because people have been talking about him, but otherwise you wouldn't be talking about him.
Same with guys like Garrett. Like, you watch him every single play that he's on the field. Miles Garrett. Like, he's just because he's just he's incredible.
Totally.
The work rate is so high. Involved in every play. It's amazing. Yeah. Okay.
But you're right.
What do you want? You want to...
we want to convert you.
No.
Fuck off, Ricky.
I hate you. You suck.
Why we hate Tom Brady.
Late in the fourth quarter and losing by 3 on 3rd and goal, Tom Brady took the snap out of the shotgun, looking for one of his 5 receiving options to get open. He was immediately swarmed by Chiefs linebacker Breeland Speaks, who inexplicably let him go. Brady then ran in for the TD, and the Pats went on to win the game.
Wow.
Afterwards, Speak said he thought Brady had let the ball go, and he didn't want to get a flag for dragging him down. You see, this is how Tom Brady is ruining football.
Oh my God.
And if that's not bad enough, in that game, the Patriots weren't penalized and they didn't punt. That combo has never happened in NFL history. Tell me that this is not some conspiracy to get that fucking old man back to another Super Bowl.
Okay, first of all,
he looks angry.
4th down.
Yeah, it's 4th down.
4th down.
No, this is why we hate Tom Brady.
Oh, Bill and I fucked this up.
Yeah,
you really did.
we're in the wrong segment.
I'm going to cut this sound.
Yeah.
It's okay. Rookie, do you have a point?
You said, tell me this isn't...
Talking about old man winning stuff.
Yeah.
Number one, he's ruining football.
Right, right.
He's ruining football.
Okay, all right, okay. So you had a question, though, or a request. Tell me this isn't the league colluding, a conspiracy to get old man Tom Brady back to the Super Bowl.
No flags, no punts.
I'm going to acquiesce to your request here.
Thank you.
This isn't a conspiracy to get Tom Brady back to the Super Bowl. He's not the only one, or he's not the only one getting protected by the rule of roughing the pass.
In fact, I wish he was the only one.
I wish he was. Yeah,
then the game would be better right now.
I personally, as a Green Bay Packers fan, really wish he was the only one. No, I think I've seen this 2 or 3 times at this point, where a guy comes in, has a chance to make a play, and lays his hands on him, but it wouldn't even be in fucking two-hand touch football. He wouldn't even have got this the stop. It's brutal. Guys don't know what to do, so they're pulling out of tackles. And even Tom Brady, who admittly has the wheels.
Oh, God.
Good point.
He breaks free and then uses that 6'5", 40-yard dash speed.
Oh, yeah. The power in those old legs.
Oh, my God.
He just ripped through that tackle.
He looked He looked like a newborn baby giraffe running across the goal line.
Do you know why I think he let go? Do you ever get close to a vegetarian?
No, don't do this.
No, seriously.
Like a hippie.
Yeah, like a hippie.
Like a hippie.
They smell
They
smell weird,
like
right?
the dreadlocks and stuff.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah,
I think Speaks got a little too close, and all of a sudden he's like, "What's that patchouli smell?" So it reeks like kale mixed with avocado.
I think it goes deeper than that. I think he
old man
tweaks his diet to make his skin oily, and so he's slippery. He's greased up,
just infused with it.
Yeah.
Nice. He's like a cheating otter.
I don't mind that.
No idea.
They got good oils. They got good oils.
Yeah, they do.
They really do. They have
slick. They're slick.
They're very slick.
Yeah.
And they're very clever, those otters.
And do you ever try to hit an otter? You get a flag.
I've actually not tried to hit an otter before.
I have. Let me tell you.
What's his name, Tom?
No, my wife threw her yellow jacket at me. She's like, "Nah, come on, you got to quit that out."
Wow. Okay.
So for me, this is what bothers me about the I love the fact that NFL likes to tinker with rules and make the game better, but
no.
But sometimes with this safety stuff in quarterbacks, this is broken right now.
Yes,
it is just broken. And I mean, you can talk about Clay Matthews, but you can talk about a bunch of other examples.
But Clay's not the example I would even use.
Fair enough,
but he's been affected.
It's affected, and now But the worst part is now it's inconsistent.
Yeah, it is,
and that is the worst part of any rule is being inconsistent, right? But now you've got this level of players defensive guys I better not hurt this guy, because I'll get flagged. And of course, it was 4th down. That would have been an automatic first down. Yeah. Clearly, they're going to make it. So what's the guy do? He's in a total bind. And as a defender, you don't want to have to think too much. You've got a job, you do it, but you don't want to have to stop yourself from trying hard, which sounds crazy, but you do, because, oh my gosh, the quarterback's here. I can't hurt him. I can't do something wrong. Is it low? Is it high? Is it too high? What do I do? It's broken. That was a shame.
It's fucking terrible. So let's go back to last Thursday Night Football, where the Colts playing the Patriots, and Andrew Luck got torpedoed into the ground by 3 guys.
Yeah.
No call. Yeah. Jailbreak blitz. And then on another play, Brady's, I think his visor I think his helmet maybe have gotten grazed
Yeah.
by the pinky
Oh, I saw
of a
that. Yeah, 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 I
defender.
know it. Yeah,
and
yeah.
of course, that's a 15-yard penalty. You don't tell me
And
that,
a fine, right?
Of course,
yeah.
it's always a fine. you don't touch.
Yeah.
You don't touch the golden one without getting a fine.
No.
So I mean,
No,
like,
because
my-
end of the game, and the fine goes to Brady. It goes right into his pocket.
of course it
Yeah,
does.
Yeah, he takes it
yeah,
from.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's why he doesn't take a max contract.
Exactly.
Because he supplements it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly what
exactly.
that is.
Third down.
As the sale of Wembley Stadium to Shad Khan closes, he's reportedly looking into tax. As the
Tappa, tappa, tappa.
As the sale of Wembley Stadium to Shad Khan closes, he's reportedly looking into tax options that would allow him to base the team in Jacksonville, but play more than a handful of games in London every year. Now, Jacksonville fans are going to hate me for bringing this up, but they're leaving. So I want to know, even if they base the team in Jacksonville and do like a 4-4 split or a 6-2 split or a 2-6 split or where the fuck it is this good for the league?
I think the Raiders should do it. I just throwing it out there. Just get the fucking Raiders to do it.
Wow.
They've given up on their franchise anyways.
Wow.
Hasta la vista, baby.
In all seriousness, I don't like it. I really don't like it. I think it's in the same vein as the Raiders right now in the league right now, just saying "F you" to Oakland. I think it's a form of the NFL saying "F you" to Jacksonville. We don't care about you. You're not really our franchise. You're not really our hometown. We're literally gonna. I mean, it's like a girlfriend just cheating on you half the time. Like Jesus Christ, it's just.
Rookie, you have some experience there. You want to talk about it?
Oh man!
Yeah, it sucks. That you want to hear?
You got my take?
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
She was a bitch, anyways.
But thanks for listening.
Yeah. God, I'm crying.
Unbelievable.
Did you have a take, Rookie?
I have a couple takes.
He's shattered right now. He's like shaking in the corner.
Yeah. I'll do the next take from the shower, actually. It's like in the fetal position.
Suicide watch over here.
Where
are we?
I don't know.
Is it good for the
Jacksonville.
I just don't understand. Like, he's so motivated to get these guys. It's not like they have like some of the worst attendance in the league. Like, they're pretty middle of the pack.
Yeah, got a
I
decent,
mean,
Yeah, if you win football games,
I know.
fans show up.
So,
they
like,
tend to do
It's
that.
a good formula.
Yeah, but then again, Wembley's. I mean, they probably sell out those like crazy. People go. There's obviously a huge
ridiculous.
fan base there.
It's
just
ridiculous.
madness.
It is
So,
working in that
You know
sense.
what? Yeah. I mean, I can understand the money aspect of it, but that's kind of cold, man. Like I don't know. Jacksonville, you give them a good team, like excellent product, at least on the defensive side, and then they're like, hey, how would you like to watch 4 home games?
Yeah, right? Isn't that terrible? Yeah. Like, what's
brutal.
that? What's that package cost?
Yeah.
Do you charge a personal seat license for that?
That's a really good question.
That's good though.
Actually-
hey, half price season tickets.
What if your season tickets actually included Wembley games?
Airfare?
And airfare, yeah.
That wouldn't be bad.
Wow.
He's got to own an
imagine.
airline, that guy, right? Like, you probably just fill up a couple jumbo.
He's getting there. He's talking.
Yeah,
He's
why
talking to
not?
Branson to take on Virgin.
Yeah.
Well, but I guess my issue is that if you're a free agent, why would you ever
why would you
sign
go
with
there?
the Jags?
Yeah, why would you
I mean,
go
if
there?
you're splitting games
Yeah.
with London, I mean,
Yep.
think about that. But also think from a league-wide perspective. If you've got one team that's playing in London, only 4 games, what does that do for scheduling for the rest of the season for everybody else?
yeah.
I mean, it screws everything up.
See, you know what I think he should do? I think he should base the team. I think he flips it. Bases the team out of London, but plays all the games in Jacksonville.
I love it. I love it.
Then
Brilliant.
you solve both
Brilliant.
problems.
Brilliant.
So it's the
Right?
London Jaguars.
It's the London
But they're
Jaguars.
playing in
They
Jacksonville.
base all of their home games out of
Actually,
Jacksonville.
it's the London Jaguars.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Jaguars.
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 It's the London Jaguars.
By the way, it's Jaguars.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jaguars.
I missed a consonant.
Jaguars.
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
I fucked that up.
Rookie,
totally.
this is why you're next level.
Yeah.
Fucking love this
I
take.
just solved it.
This is so good. Shad Khan, we got it solved, dude.
Yeah, send it in. Send it in.
At me.
At me. Nice.
Mailman. Mailman.
Like a cat with a wounded field mouse, the Rams toyed with the Broncos for 4 quarters Sunday, delivering a career rushing day for Todd Gurley and running the record to 6-0, making them the only undefeated team left in the NFL.
Wow.
So we're talking with Norm Hightower and Derek Ciapala from Talk Rams to see how they can keep this party going. Hey, Derek. Hey, Norm. What's going on?
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
Congratulations on the big win in Denver.
Big, yeah, sure.
I told...
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Either we translate this one of two ways. Number one, it's like, yeah, no big deal. Or you're still suffering from that thing you said, this Rams derangement syndrome, where you're like, when's it all going to fall apart?
Well, you have to admit, we were more right because we only won by 3. So no 6 shots for this guy, even though I've had a few already.
We should touch on that. So we did make a bet on their show, which was if the Rams won by more than 10, and I thought they were going to win more than, I think, 61. Norm had to do 6 shots of Jack Daniels. So do you know what? The Broncos fucking let me down on 2 aspects. They lost the game, and they didn't even make the bet work, which is terrible. Okay, guys, let's dive right in. You've had your fair share of injuries this year, yet you're second in the league in points scored, you're number 1 in rushing yards, and you're generating the highest percentage of QB pressures on defense than any other team in the league. So how have you been doing it?
Couple of words. Aaron Donald, Ndamukong Suh.
I think that was 4 words, buddy, not a couple.
Whoa.
Well, it's 2 and 2. Yeah, I have to work with a fucking school teacher. What do you expect?
Jarhead.
Sorry to hear
my
that.
fault. He's got jarhead math going on. Come on. Honestly, what they're doing is they're staying in their system. What the Rams are doing offensively is they are finding a way to get the ball in everyone's hands. So no matter who you're throwing at them, they're going to get you somewhere else. Yep. In this case, Todd Gurley, 208 yards. We've been watching their passing game the last 4 weeks.
Yep.
And all of a sudden here, they saw a hole in the Denver defense, the rushing defense, and they exploited it. And that's what the Rams do. They find a way. And honestly, they didn't do enough yesterday. In the second and early third quarter, they weren't running the ball enough. And that's when they were starting to get stagnant. And if they do that in the second and third quarter, it isn't a 23-20 game. It's a 34-20 game. It's a 41-20 game. But
you know, I don't have any hair, and my beard and what little hair I have is gray, and it's because of the suffering that I've done for being a Rams fan since 1966. So you kind of know how old I am now.
Wow.
And I was yelling at the screen, and I know you guys are going to find that odd, but we were winning the game, but I'm yelling at Sean McVay, run the fucking football.
No, old
Keep
people tend to
running
think
the
that they
football.
can communicate with people through television, so that's okay.
You know, if I yell and jump hard enough, he might feel me.
all right.
We're sitting here watching the first series, and there wasn't one running play in the entire first series.
Wow.
And, you know, as much as the game goes through Todd Gurley for the Rams, sometimes Sean McVay doesn't like to run the football as much as he should. And, you know, a lot of people say that you use the run to set up the pass. I think Sean McVay sets up the run with the pass.
Right.
But later in the game, you know, when you're first and goal on the 3, run the frickin' football 3 times. There's no reason to throw any pass to anybody anywhere when you're got Todd Gurley in the background.
Huh. Coach is a Seahawks fan. Does that resonate with you?
I love it. I love the call.
Oh, Jesus. You know, as much as I hate the Seahawks, I love the call that they made.
Of course. Of course.
It's a lot closer than it should have been for that reason. Give the Broncos credit. Their secondary played pretty damn well against a Rams juggernaut passing offense. If it wasn't for the fact that we could run the football, it would have probably been a different result.
Hey, Norm, let me ask you. After you yelled at the TV for them to run the ball, did McVay, when they cut to him, did he kind of give you a wink and then they started running the ball? Did that make you feel good?
A silent nod.
Oh, I think he gave me a middle finger. Is more.
Okay, guys. So here's the thing. A play that struck us as the real difference between the Rams coaching staff and the Broncos coaches. It's first half, 6-3 Rams, 4th and 1 near the goal line. So what we all noticed is that the Rams offense rushed up to the line and they handed it to Gurley with 14 seconds left to go on the play clock. The Broncos are totally unprepared for that run. And what happens? Not only do you get the first down, but he waltzes in for the touchdown. Is this something that you see a lot with this offense?
We saw a little bit of it last week when, okay, another Seahawks reference, when Pete Carroll was stupid enough to call timeout.
Don't remind me.
And give the Rams time to think about it. All the players went off the field and said, hey, coach, we can get this. And, the coach was like, all right, if you think you can get it, let's do it. And it gave them confidence, and they did it. So here they are again, and the same kind of play call. What's McVay going to do? He's going to go, you know what, we can get this. Let's do it. So there's a lot of confidence in that room. And, I know there's a lot of this, our team's a family bullshit and stuff, but I really believe that the Rams are a true family in that locker room. You can really see it and feel it. And so I think the coach puts a lot of trust in the players, and if the players say we can do it, they're going to do it.
See, I don't believe in that family bullshit either. The point we were trying to make here is that you guys are just playing smarter football, and this is the game within the game. I mean, a lot of teams would go up there and they would, they'd line up and they would look at what the defense is doing. They would make some adjustments at the line here, but you know what? You guys just sprinted out there and bang, you just snapped the ball. And to me, that sets the Rams apart at this point, is that McVay is playing a different game.
Well, one of the things the Rams have done, going back the last 3-4 years, is the idea that the Rams came out last year and all of a sudden went 11-5 were a big surprise. Anybody who's watched the team enough knows there's been talent there for a long time. Mm-hmm. And it just took, Fisher just blew it. This is why I believe Jeff Fisher should never be allowed to coach again. I don't care if it's Pee Wee football. He should never.
You should have to drink just for bringing up his name.
Yeah, okay, I get. Yeah. I know. Maybe I will. All right, but what you're seeing here with the Rams is even in those years where they were building this roster up, even last year compared to this year. This year, they're not surprised anymore that they're good. Okay, They know they're good now, and they know they can make play. And so there's a certain edge to them that I have not seen on the Rams since 2001. That's what I'm really kind of saying. This is why I think this team is a Super Bowl contender. They're going to have their tough games like yesterday. They're going to have more. They're going to lose a game here and there, but legitimately, they have the kill instinct now they didn't have before.
Why do they have to lose? What are you talking about?
Well, it's because the NFC stacked.
I had them going 15-1 at the beginning of the season, and only losing to New Orleans at home. And if they have home field, then they'll probably lose one at the end of the season just by resting their starters. That's where I had them at the beginning of the season. So far, I'm right.
We're talking with podcast host from Talk Rams, Norman Derrick, also recently divorced. Anyway, guys,
this is what our podcast is, man. We just yell at each other the whole time, and I tell him how stupid he is.
Guys, after the win, McVay said that he put the team in some horrible spots by getting impatient. Goff was 3 of 6 with an interception and 2 sacks in the final 3 possessions of the game. So, you know what? We couldn't agree more. He put him in terrible spots. So, I'm here to make this offer. Can we trade you the Broncos coaches for McVay and your coaches?
Or just McVay?
No. Even if you threw in like 5 first-round picks in a row, dude, no.
Whoa. Okay, so we're seeing a little bit of optimism here. So on the topic of Gurley going for a career high 208 rushing yards against the Broncos, who by the way became the first team to ever allow 270 yards rushing in back-to-back games since 1978.
Congratulations.
That's pretty awesome.
That's all right.
Other than pray, what would you suggest the Broncos do against David Johnson on Thursday?
Well, they don't have the Rams' offensive line, first of all, although the Jets don't really either. So maybe play better gap defense. I was a defensive coach for a long time. If the Denver Broncos are looking for a new defensive coordinator, I'm available, and I cost a lot less.
We'll take it.
I hear Fisher's available.
Oh,
yeah. I'm throwing it out there.
Interesting.
Throwing it out there.
Shocking.
Bring the stash back.
Yeah, then we wouldn't have to worry about the Broncos for several years. So go ahead.
That's a good point. Okay, guys.
7-9.
Yeah. And like I told you guys last week, we would take that in Broncos country right now. Okay, in all seriousness, serious.
Double ness.
What is it? Was it rookie? What is it?
Just serious.
In all serious, in all serious, guys, what's considered a successful season for the Rams this year?
Oh,
well, for me, it's winning the Super Bowl. They've got the talent. They've spent the money. They've traded the players. It's time. It's been a long time. And honestly, props to the Chiefs and a few other teams that are out there that are really good. I just don't think they have the overall depth and talent that we have. So for me, it's Super Bowl or bust this year.
I like it.
For me, it's the same. I just the NFL is such a it's such a league that can turn on a dime in a minute. When you have a chance, a team that's built for it, you don't waste time thinking, well, maybe next year. So you have the roster for it this year. You have the talent. If people can stay healthy, which is a big if right now, because we got guys dropping like flies. I agree with Norm here. This is it. This is the year for the Super Bowl.
You're looking at, look at the Broncos when they won their last Super Bowl. Nobody expected them to be in the Super Bowl that year. They thought they'd be good, but no one's expected them to do it. And about halfway through the season, people were starting to believe it. And we're six games in. We're 6-0. You guys gave us the toughest out of everybody so far. It's our second road game in a row in the snow at Mile High. I got to think that the only two teams that the Rams play. Well, there's three, I guess, if you want to count the Eagles, but I don't think they're as good this year. The only two teams I can see that giving the Rams problem would be New Orleans in New Orleans, and you got Green Bay in LA. Aaron Rodgers can be. Aaron Rodgers, and go out there and do his thing. So I worry about those two games, and then there's the Chiefs in Mexico City, and I think that's going to be the tell. Honestly, it could be a Rams-Chiefs Super Bowl.
Norm and Derek from Talk Rams, guys, it's been a huge pleasure having you on Blitzed.
Thanks a lot, man.
You guys are welcome back on our show anytime too, man.
Whoa! Do you hear that?
Wow.
I destroyed their podcast, and they invited us back.
He said, "You guys."
It was
you guys.
It was the funnest podcast I've done all year.
You just got to promise when you come on, you just come drunk, and we're happy.
Woo! Guaranteed. That works just fine.
Next time I'll drink with you while we're on. We'll be
perfect.
Anyways, search for Talk Rams anywhere you can find podcasts. It's a great show, and hey guys, and good luck next week.
Thanks a lot, guys.
4th down.
All right, guys.
Oh.
That's about all we have.
How was the show? Did it go well?
I don't know.
Okay. Were you here?
I was kind of in and out.
In and out, yeah.
I want to leave you with this note because I was looking up some stats because I'm the stats guy.
Because I'm stats guy.
That's right.
Right.
And passing is way up this year in the NFL. Believe it or not, the average passer rater.
What? Raider?
The
Oakland?
average passing rating.
Okay.
Passer rating?
Passer rating?
Passer rating.
Passing Raider.
Pass out rating.
The average
Oakland Raiders.
pass out rating
Pass out rating.
is almost 95.0 now.
That's high.
Believe it or not.
Wow.
And remember when we were watching football about 5-6 years ago, we marveled at the fact that Aaron Rodgers always had a rating that was just a little bit over 100.
Yeah.
So 95 is now about the league average.
What's Aaron at?
Which is crazy.
372.
About 4,008.
Yeah, 4,000.
Yes, on one leg.
Yeah.
Now, another thing that's really incredible is that the average percentage of completion in the NFL now, do you guys want to know what it is?
No.
Take a guess.
4.
Good.
72.
72. Good. What I love is I love a really way off rating.
Yeah.
But I hate a topper.
Yeah. A topper.
So,
89.
Yeah.
120.
Yeah. It's 65%, which is incredible.
So that's not as impressive as 72.
It's really not. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so this segment goes to the rookie for his fucking stupid guess. Now, it is totally a passer league now. Drew Brees, of course, just broke the record for the most passing yards in the NFL.
Right.
He has never had a season in New Orleans where he hasn't passed for 4,300 yards. Wow. In 12 seasons in New Orleans.
Man.
Hall of Famer John Elway has never had a season where he passed for over 4,300 yards.
I'm not surprised.
Isn't that
Yeah,
crazy?
I'm not surprised
Totally
at all.
So
different
it's
game.
totally becoming a passing league. Yeah. So, having said that,
Whoa.
if I told you
That's just a preamble?
Yeah.
this quarterback
Get to it.
has had ratings of 148, 134, 99, and 125 in the last 4 weeks with 12 touchdown passes and no picks. Who do you think I'm talking
Peterman.
Wow. Good guess. I like that.
It's gotta be Peterman.
I love that.
Come on.
Probably. You're probably
I think
right.
I'm close here.
I think the giveaway might have been no picks. But anyway.
Is it a
go
Bills
on.
quarterback?
No, it's not a Bills quarterback.
Damn.
But go on. Who do you think it
Seriously?
is? Yeah.
I'm going to go with Dalton.
Okay.
I'll go with Flacco.
Nice. You know what? Good picks. Matt Ryan.
Yeah, he's been
okay.
bomb. He's been
playing for the mediocre
Well,
Atlanta Falcons.
Record-wise, yeah.
Dude, they're mediocre.
Yeah.
Anyways, on that note, wanted to say thanks to Derek and Norm from Talk Ram for coming on.
Thanks,
Talking a little
gents.
football.
Great job.
Yeah, exactly. And any parting thoughts from you two fellas?
Thoughts? I don't know what...
What's a thought?
Yeah. What?
Fair enough.
Huh? You know what? No. Rook?
No.
Stats? No.
This could be the worst ending of all time.
It might be, actually.
Wow.
Go Pack.
All right.